Joseph was a dreamer. He saw visions of greatness, of his family bowing before him. He shared these dreams, unaware of the envy festering in his brothers' hearts. Their jealousy grew like a weed, choking out love. They couldn't stand Joseph's favored status, his fancy coat, his prophetic dreams. So they acted. The brothers stripped Joseph, threw him in a pit, and left him for dead. Imagine his terror, his confusion, his cries for help echoing in the empty cistern. They sold him into slavery, a cruel twist of fate. Joseph went from cherished son to a forgotten possession, shipped off to Egypt. His dreams, once so vivid, seemed to evaporate under the scorching Egyptian sun. Betrayal cuts deep, especially from those we love most. It leaves scars, invisible wounds that fester in the heart. Joseph's story is a stark reminder of the pain inflicted by envy and the devastating consequences of unchecked anger. In Egypt, Joseph faced hardship after hardship. He was sold to Potiphar, the captain of the Pharaoh's guard. Joseph, despite his circumstances, remained diligent and trustworthy. He found favor in Potiphar's eyes, rising to a position of authority. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. Falsely accused, Joseph was thrown into prison. Even in the darkness of prison, Joseph's spirit didn't break. He clung to hope, to the belief that God had a plan. His integrity and wisdom shone through. He interpreted dreams for his fellow prisoners, gaining a reputation for insight and wisdom. Word reached the Pharaoh, who was troubled by vivid dreams. Summoned from prison, Joseph stood before the Pharaoh. With God's guidance, he interpreted the dreams, predicting years of plenty followed by devastating famine. The Pharaoh, impressed by Joseph's wisdom, appointed him as his second in command. Joseph, once a lowly slave, now oversaw all of Egypt, his wisdom guiding the nation through years of abundance and the lean years that followed. The famine spread far and wide, reaching even to Canaan, where Joseph's brothers lived. Desperate for food, they traveled to Egypt, unaware that the powerful official standing before them was the brother they had betrayed years ago. Joseph recognized them instantly, but they did not recognize him. He questioned them, testing their hearts, observing if time had softened their hardened spirits. He demanded they bring their youngest brother, Benjamin, the one son spared from their cruelty. This request tore at Joseph's heart, but it was a necessary test. When the brothers returned with Benjamin, Joseph could hold back no longer. Tears streamed down his face as he revealed his true identity. "I am Joseph, your brother," he cried, his voice choked with emotion. The brothers, overcome with guilt and fear, could only stare in disbelief. The moment hung heavy with years of unspoken pain, regret, and the faint glimmer of hope for reconciliation. Joseph's story is not just a tale of betrayal and triumph, it is a testament to the power of forgiveness. Joseph could have easily taken revenge on his brothers, repaid their cruelty with his own. Instead, he chose forgiveness. He saw their remorse, their changed hearts, and he offered them grace. "Don't be distressed and don't be angry with yourselves for selling me into this place," he reassured them, his words a balm on their wounded souls. He understood that their actions, though driven by envy and anger, were part of a larger plan. A plan that led him to this position of power. A position that allowed him to save his family and countless others from starvation. Joseph's story reminds us that even in the darkest moments, even when faced with unimaginable betrayal, hope remains. It reminds us that forgiveness, though difficult, is possible. It is through forgiveness that we break the chains of bitterness and resentment, allowing healing to begin. Like Joseph, we can emerge from the shadows of pain and step into the light of forgiveness and reconciliation.